Hello everyone, this is Xander Chiron and I am back with Game 27, the first Reddit Open tournament. So this is the first game of the third round, so getting kind of close to the end of the tournament, not really. Maybe about a little over halfway through all the casts at this point, all the games. Anyway, in this battle on the blue team we have Razzmann with a Commonwealth General deck. And on the red team, we have Zarto with a Eastern Bloc General deck. Get this underway. And the coughing begins. Alright, see what's happening here. Got Baker's Mark 11, Aslev 25. One command start him, or is it going to be a two command? No, it looks like it's just one command start from Razzmann. HG section links H7, that's a popular choice. Guessing that's going to be some SAS in there, and that links H7. Have Bisons. Oh, that's probably going to be Highlanders 90 in there. Also have TH495s, that's going to be Canadian Rifles 85, Stormer HVM for air defense, and I guess if you really want you can use it against light armor. Not recommended. And a couple of Centurion Aviaries and a Challenger 2 and an FV432 mortar carrier. There you go. Pretty bog standard 81mm mortar carrier, that's all Commonwealth gets. And up here we got Hinzigauer, that's going to be, I'm guessing green jackets in there, judging by the veterancy. As of 25 for recon, more Canadian rifles with TH495s, and more SAS and links H7. So well, with these guys, they could be going here. I'm guessing, though, that they might be holding here. Maybe here. This general area. However, it definitely looks like Razzmann's going to be playing more in Golf and Foxtrot in this game. Yeah, the Vickers Mark 11 as of 25 are probably just going to drive down over here to try and whack any light armor or light vehicles heading here, any fast moving transports. That's my guess. As for Zarto, what do we got here? We got SPW 80, that's going to be LSR 40 most likely. Oh. Ah. FLA. Is that short for Fluger MG or something? I'm not sure. Oh, is it? Oh, what is it? Flugen Ever? Is that what it stands for? The FLA from Flak? I can't remember. Flugen Ever Canon? I don't know, my German's not existent. Anyway, it's Nesca for Recon. BMP 2, so that's going to be Mott Shoots of some description in there. And M1 Wilk. Up here we got, let's see, SPW4, that's going to be Special Clara, more LSR 40, a OSA, is that the AKM? Yeah. And more Mott Schutzen and BMP2s, and a Wilk, two stack of Wilk. Looks like more Mott Schutzen of some description, probably, I'm guessing it's going to be Mott Schutzen 90 in the SPW 50, could be 75 though. For the super cheap spam. And Pramis mortar. And fairly light, just Special Claire at the top. So it definitely looks like both players are going to be playing the Golf and Foxtrot game. Yeah, Lynx is rushing up over here. This one, I guess, is going to unload his dudes up in here. Oh, and Lynx 8720mm just to watch the top part over there. This is technically an anti-helicopter gun. I don't really think it's going to be able to do much, though. Alright. Alright, Aslev is going after the AHS. Vince's just going to drive straight through. Oh, Razzmann's relocating his TH-495s. I guess he accidentally set them there. And they got all these guys. Let's see, some are going up. Looks like most are swinging down to over here. Up and the SAS look like they're going to get into the buildings. Is it smoke is going in out? Is it going after the SPW 80s or the LSR 40? Looks like it's the 40, but it's missing. Oh, one casualty inflicted. Oh, there you go. It is a... Yeah, is that a... Yeah, that's a late Bushmaster, I do believe. Because it's basically two flavors of M242 Bushmaster. Oh, stabilization malfunction on the Welk. And that goes down. Oh, those guys just... Wow, really they managed to make it that far. That's impressive. Oh, I guess Razzmann's kind of waffling around a bit and where he wants his infantry to be, maybe? Oh, these guys took a hit from the Vampire by the looks of it. And then they relocated the LSR 40 in return. Oh, Lynx AH7 is going to work on those LSR 40. One squad gets wiped out completely. Oh, Highlanders 90 kind of caught on the open though. Oh, TH-495s are trying to do what they can. Oh, so it's the Lynx AH7s. STR 40 looks like they're gonna fall back in the face of the Canadian rifles and the TH-495s. Oh, Highlanders have gone down, the TH-495s have gone down. Oh, these guys are still in the fight though. But they're only regular training, not like Legion 90 who get shock training for free. And they're gone. Oh, Charlie 2 is moving up. Canadian rifles are sneaking around through here. Looks like they're going to bring the AVREs as well for the funsies. But those Welks are definitely going to be troublesome. Oh, what's Razzmann calling out here? Just a 20mm. Oh, and Razzmann's also calling out a Iltis CP for Echo. Because he's got to get that +2 ticking. Oh, the Canadian rifle's getting to a shooting fight. The mullet shoots and isn't going to go too well for him. Especially once those BMP2s get stuck in. Oh, Challenger 2 looks like it's going to have the answer to the... Was that an SPW 50 it blew up? Yep. I'm sure it'll say something up the Wilkes at some point. Yeah, not looking too good for those guys. They also took out the AVRE over there. Looks like Razzmann's trying to play peekaboo with the Challenger 2. What are these? 18 AP. Depending on the range, they might be able to damage the Challenger 2, but that's also... Challenger 2 also has 23 frontal armor. Oh, it looks like Zarto doesn't like Razzmann having that +2 going, so he's going to get rid of it. That's still going to allow Razzmann to get a fair few points going. Not a whole lot, but it's going to be a few. And those rifles are just kind of there. Bisons are getting fed into the grinder for fun, I guess. Oh, but this... Highlanders are going to be able to sneak into trees here, and they should be able to take care of the Speziov Clara. Especially since the Speziov Clara are currently getting wrecked by a Bison. And then most shoots at 90 are getting stuck in. As far as the Canadian rifles are still in the fight. I guess, well, Razzmann was putting in some mortar fire, so that definitely helped even the odds. Oh, and then the Wilkes decide they don't want the Bisons there. No, Moat shoots in pushing in. It is the 90 variety. And that Azov just keeps him missing. Oh, more BMP2s moving in. This Canadian rifle's gonna have a bad day. I kind of prefer the TH-495 when it only had 2 armor. Well, 2 all-around armor. Literally every side had 2 armor. Mostly because it's 15 points and it was pretty spammy. Not that it's bad at 20 points, it's just not as spammy, and spam is fun. Oh, and it looks like some Commandos 90 coming out. Just wondering when those guys would make their appearance. Oh dear, and apparently my lungs have decided they don't like me. Or is it just my throat? Anyway, 3 Lynx H7s. That's going to be fun. Once they decide who they want to wreck. Oh, and there's a 4th one right there. Some SBS running in. Oh, there go those moat shoots him. Oh, mortars. Ooh, mortar does get him. Once the moat shoots start taking a lot more morale damage, their DPS is going to drop a fair bit just because of, you know, the fact that they're a magazine-fed light machine gun. But against regular infantry with the mini-me, it's not going to make a huge difference just because regular infantry just aren't as good as shock infantry. Imagine that. Oh, looks like the ROM does not like the Lynx H7s being there. Oh, okay, it's mostly just the BMP2s getting shot up. Ooh, if the SBS can spot the infantry in there, that Centurion Aviary is going to have a field day. Unless it gets wrecked by some Wilks. Looks like there's the same ones out up here. Oh, now the Commandos 90 are giving the moat shoots the good news. Ooh, Specialty Yanotki 90. Those guys are fun. Highlanders are falling back. Looks like he's going to call an HLVW to resupply. Moat shoots are pushing forward, but Challenger 2. Oh, Wilkes double tap the Centurion Aviary before he can have fun with the moat shoots in. But the Challenger 2 is going to get some revenge by the looks of it. And a Challenger 1 Mark 1 as well. That's going to be, yeah, bad news for the BMP2. Oh, now F-25 is actually going to expend all its ammunition. I don't think you see that very often. Oh, SAS are in a bad spot. They're just going to get chewed up by the Wilk and the Sneska. Ooh, and the fire support pram is moving in, the VZ-82. VZ. The VZ-82. Oh, Mochison, or this SAS building jump over to the other one and they got rid of the Mochison, so they're safe for now. Oh, Canadian Rifles getting in. They're drawing fire. Open, yeah. TH-495s are engaging. Oh, but they're getting caught up by those BMP2s. Another 20-point transport. And they have a... they have more frontal armor, but less side armor, which is... I don't know. Gives them a bit of an advantage, I'd say. Then they also have better veterancy just because, you know, they have moat shoots in and not regular infantry. Ooh, TH-495 catches it from the side. Nope. They both missed their first burst. Nope, TH-495 does get it. And then gets moat shoots in. I think the KB-825 shoots faster than the... Oh, no, they have the same rate of fire. 5.62. It's actually funny, the 2A42 typically wasn't used with its maximum rate of fire. It's only generally used, I think, at its slow rate, which is about 300 or so rounds a minute. Because if you did it on its max rate of fire, which is like 700, it would, basically the fume extractors in the turret couldn't extract the fumes fast enough, and the turret would basically gas themselves with the fumes from the firing at that rate. Just a fun fact for you. Don't know if the KB-25 has that problem too. Not sure. Anyway, Zarto's calling out a Fearings UAZ for Foxtrot because he wants to get that +1 ticking. Razzmann is at 60 conquest points to 0, but Zarto is going to be ticking up now. As far as Razzmann hasn't captured Bravo yet. Ooh, and the Highlanders are going to town in the T-35As. Or they got one of them. That one, like, probably just out of view. Yeah, that little dip there. Oh. Looks like Razzmann figured the UAZ is there. I don't know if he spotted it moving in, because he did have some stuff here before, but I think they were dead by the time the Fearings UAZ is moving in, so he probably is just guessing it's there. Oh, Vickers Mark 11 taking fire from the Sneska. These guys are fun. You know, 55% stabs on the move is on a wheeled vehicle. It can be pretty handy. Oh, smoke coming out. Looks like he's trying to block line of sight on those Vickers. Oh, we got Canadian Rifles moving in and Commandos. Oh, Fjords's getting panicked by the fire, so it's moving around a bit. Oh, and yeah, Raz is going on Iltis for Bravo. Oh, Canadian Rifles getting wrecked out in the open. However, the Commandos 90 are going to probably have some words with the BMP2. Ooh, and the Vickers got a thing. They got a Wilk. M1. Are they 17 AP? Yes, they are. Wilk's trying to run away from the Commandos. Looks like he already got a hit from him. Oh, Challenger 2 is also pushing forward. It's running low on fuel. Oh. Looks like the Centurion Avery is chasing Officer some moat shoots in. Yeah, a little bit overkill. No, it's just gonna blap the BMP2s. Oh, some Spezia Clara moving up. Oh. And a Challenger 1 Mark 1's getting engaged. Most of them gone down. And Green Jackets are also just kind of there. What got blown up there? Was it a Sneska or transport, probably? Looks to be a Sneska. So you have to check Rondell on it by the looks of it. Ooh, especially only caught on the open by a pair of Commandos. That's not gonna be good. Razzmann wants to make sure they're dead with a mortar strike. Oh, looks like they actually might be able to run out. Challenger 2 and some Centurion Aviaries moving up. Oh, SBS are getting caught on the open by the Spezia of Clara, though. Oh, Challenger 2 is engaging. It does have magic, you know, Hesh gun, so it does get 4 HE. Mounter's having a hard time against that Wilk just because it's kind of just within range of their, or maybe not quite just within, it's just they're missing. But they're Kyle Gustav and they're worried. Oh, and Centurion Aviaries are, there we go, they get the Wilk now. Ooh, Highlanders have made it down over here. That could be fun. And 4 Lynx H7s, and there was a Sopel here. Oh, I think the Highlanders got the Sopel. Because yeah, there's one like right about there. Yeah, Fjords's running for it. And it goes down. So Razzmann, and he also did capture Bravo, so now he's taking it +1. SU-22 M4P. Is he just trying to, the East German one? So he's just trying to snipe the Lynx J7s, or what? Because Razzmann doesn't have any radar. Just has a Stormer really for air defense. Okay, I guess you can count SAS as well. I don't know, they have 20, what is it, 30% veterancy bonus or whatever? Is that what it is? Is it 24%? I can't remember what the, I think, no, they're veterans, so it's going to be 24%, I think, so that'll be quarter of 50% is what? 12.5? So they have 60% roughly. Before taking into account other modifiers. Ooh, TH-495 is having a bad time. And the Highlanders finish off the Speciani. Ooh, and the Syria 30's out. I'm guessing it's going after the Challenger 1 Mark 1. It's reversing into cover. Is it going to make it? Doesn't look like it. Oh, nope, it does. Oh, hey, that actually is a track breaker FSA. I didn't notice that. Misses though. Nope, SAS going at it with the SCR 40. Oh yeah, because else you're afraid to get a magic carbine. Just shoots slightly faster and has better stabs. Anyway. Oh, MI-17 coming up for golf. Looks like Zarto really wants to get rid of Razzmann's +1. Scores are right now at 92 to 36. And Eurofighter Typhoon, looks like he called it out, and I guess he just wanted to chase off the Syria 30. Oh, there's a Sopel there. It's got Groms. Groms are fun. Oh, SBS or SAS went down. Centurion Aviaries are also moving up. Along with a bunch of other stuff. Sturmer's up. Challenger 2 is getting refueled. Highlanders are also pushing forward. And Commander Fisher on the deck. I'm guessing he's going to run him over to the building first. And Special of Clara having a bad day. Oh, and my 17's probably going to wreck those Highlanders. Where's this? Oh, Sturmer doesn't have line of sight. And Seer 30's coming for... going for the 1 Mark 1. Misses. And then Eurofighter Typhoon wrecks it. Oh, and it... don't know if the Eurofighter got it or the Sturmer HVM got the Su-22. All I know is that it's gone. Oh, Mosh doesn't give their position away by firing on the Centurion. And it repays them by blapping him a bit. And yeah. Looks like Highlanders are pushing out, and same with the Challenger. Highlanders are basically drawing fire. And then the Challenger one just does the killing. Ooh, TH-495 went down, I think. Fire's perfectly positioned to stop me from seeing what it was. I was saying it's TH-495. Oh. Highlanders are running across the open. Oh, they're attack moving. So they're going to stop and shoot. Ooh, Challenger 1 Mark 1 actually did take a hit at one point. It's not the shootiest tank ever, but it does have a solid chunk of armor, which makes it quite handy in a fight. And the Lynx AH-7s are coming in. Sobel gets one, and then he gets stunned. Oh, looks like I actually got a couple of them. Got 3. Oh no, I only got 2. Never mind. Oh, Canadian Rifles getting engaged by the Speziov Clara. Oh, looks like Lynxes have expended their snabs and are probably going to fall back to resupply. This is probably just right at the very edge of the mortar's range. Oh, and the Mi-17 wrecks the Canadian Rifles. Oh no, the commanders are getting stuck in. Where's the Stormer? There was one here, wasn't there? Okay, yeah, there it is. Challenger 2 is right next to it. Oh, and Eurofighter's out. Guessing it's doing a combat air patrol. Or maybe it's trying to see if there's any long-range AA. Wolverine's coming out. And some more Sopels from Zarto. Looks like the commandos popped the BTR-40. Aslavs are just drawing fire. Oh. And with its last rockets, the Mi-17 almost completely wrecks the commando squad. I don't know if that mortar... that could allow the Speziov Clara to win the fight. Looks like Razzmann's just going to disengage with the commandos, though. Command infantry coming out. Looks like Razzmann won another Lynx AH-7. Still taking at +1 because he has captured Foxtrot with an Iltis. And he's mostly can push Zarto out of it, so yeah, it's +1 for Razzmann. He's 166 conquest points so far. And once he gets Golf, that's going to be a +2 for him. That's going to be fairly significant. And the Wolverine. It's upvetted though, so it's going to have a little bit. It's going to have like about 50% accuracy-ish. Oh. SPW is moving out. And the Vickers is just going to be popping them. There's a supply truck coming up for those Lynx H7s. Is that this HLVW is for, or is it going somewhere else? Oh, looks like Commandos and Spazio Claire are going to go for round 2. However, I think the Commandos brought a few friends this time. Oh, SBS caught it on the open. Oh, Challenger 1 Mark 1's moving in. Not a fast tank. Nope, well, looks like one Highlander squad went down, the other one guys are just gonna hang back. Highlanders are getting engaged over here. Oh, these guys are also getting shot at. Ooh, that's not looking too good. Oh, Challenger 1 Mark 1's resupplied, but all that smoke is blocking its line of sight, and if it basically if it gets close, it's going to lose its main advantage of having heavy armor, because that allowed the M1 Wilk to get it. Yeah. I don't think that Wilk's going to move in to engage. Or maybe not. Anyways, Razzmann does have that +2 ticking now, so he's at 223 conquest points to 36. Ooh, and the M2 Moderna is making its appearance. It's alright. I just wish it had, like, slightly better accuracy and stabs myself. That's 23 AP power, which actually I think that's better than on the Challenger 2. I think the Challenger 2 is only 22. Yeah. Most super heavies, their frontal armor balance is 22 and 22 frontal armor and 23 AP. Exception being, you know, like, obviously that's the general rule. Leopard 25, T90 have that balance. M1A2 has, was it 22 frontal armor and 24 AP. I think Macava has, Macava's 23 and 22. I'd have to double check that. Macava 3D Baz, specifically, not the 3B. Oh, Harrier 7's running in. Is it going after the Wilks? Looks like it. And waste one of them. Oh, Lynx H7s are taking fire from that Sopol. Ooh, Grom takes out one and the other guy's left on 2 HP. And yeah, Snezka's 2-stack him. That's going to put the hurt onto those commandos. Oh, Challenger 1 Mark 1's engaging. The T-55A is at close range. And there's another T-55, or another Challenger 1 there. Lacking some Snezkas, which is just a... If I recall correctly, it's a... Is it just a Recon BMP2, I think? That's what it is? Can't remember. Looks like a BMP2. Has BMP2 armor profile and gun, so I'm going to assume it's a BMP2. Another Lynx H7. Mochis are just kind of sitting there having tea or something, I don't know. Or would the HQ section be having tea? Whatever. All a bunch of tea drinkers. Razzmann just has a nice little net of recon and helicopters to watch his flank. Oh, Challenger 1 and T-72 M1 going at it at close range. Challenger 1 wins. Although that Moderna is going to be a bit of a different story. Is that a 4-top armor vehicle? Yes, it is. And Eurofighter. Okay, I thought it was a different plane. It's still the Eurofighter on cap. Ooh, Sopel gets the Lynx H7. I'd left crash on top of the Challenger 1 and killed it. Oh hey, Challenger 2. Is that the same one from before? Yeah, looks like it. It's Forest, and he's in a forest. That is funny. And it wipes out a Sneska. Oh, 2 Modernas. I have a feeling 2 Modernas will beat 1 Challenger 2. I don't know. Yeah, he knows it's there. That's not. Yeah, Sneska would have spotted it. Looks like he's just trying to harass it with mortar fire. And Razzmann's still taking up +2. That's 339, 341 now to 36. It's a little bit of an advantage on Razzmann's part. And we got more Canadian rifles and more commandos moving in. Oh, and it looks like Zarto also wants to move his dudes in as well. Got Modernas and moat shoots in galore. Eurofighter's just chilling. Just keeping that airspace secure. Making a Syria 30s think twice about trying to suicide their way into this Challenger 2. Oh. Lots of smoke coming out from both sides. They both sides, basically both sides, want to keep their super heavies alive. And Harrier 7's out. Is it just waiting for a target, or did it lose line of sight? As the PCs are just suiciding right in. I don't know if they're trying to spot or what. Commander of 90 are definitely putting the herd into this moat shoots along with that Challenger 2. Zarto's trying to panic it with mortar fire, but it's not working. And it's just continuing to work over those moat shoots in. Ooh, Moderna's almost out of autocannon ammunition. Yeah, it definitely doesn't carry. Ooh, this one got put through the ringer. What did that? Was it? I actually did not see what happened to it. Because there's definitely a bunch of shooting here. Oh, did the Harrier 7 actually get a bombing run on it? Because we got a couple of direct hits. That definitely would do that a lot of damage to Moderna. It wouldn't kill it. If all 4 bombs got a direct hit, it wouldn't have killed Moderna even like 1 HP, but if a couple of them got a direct hit, it definitely leaves the Moderna feeling not very good. Alright, these LSR 20 have managed to push all the way into the forest here, and that's going to be dangerous for that Challenger 2. Oh, but the Challenger 1 Mark 1s over here also have detected them. Oh, they're firing at the Eurofighter. They're stunned, there's mortars coming down on them. They're getting pretty badly hurt. Is that 24 AP? Yeah. It's an RPG 29. It's fun. Ooh, MiG-29 912A. I wonder where that's going. Is he going to try and swing it around and bomb the guys over here? And the Eurofighter's almost evac bingo. What is it? Yeah, 165. Challenger 2 is falling back, yeah. Razzmann probably noticed the LSR 40 coming in. Oh, gets 1 hit on it. Does it get another Amran off? It does, but is it going to hit? Yes, it does. Oh, it gets the right spot on the Altis, but Razzmann did move it. He's at 417 to 36. Zarto is counter-capping Foxtrot, so that's why it's at 0-0, but as soon as Razzmann repositions the Altis, it's going to go back to +1. Oh, Aslav's just driving by Mad Max out. Oh, did the tracked Rapier go down? Yes, it did. Oh, the TH-495 is providing support from the other side of the river. His commanders are trying to sneak in, but they were detected. Oh, Speciani. Okay, yeah, Speciani won't be able to one-shot the Centurion Aviary from the front. Just do 5 damage to it, roughly. Ooh, Stormer's putting fire into the sides of the Moderna, but it gets wrecked. Ooh, and the Moderna do finish off the Centurion Aviary before he can get its second shot into him. But they're left on 4 dudes. Oh, Harrier 7's bombing the Moderna again. It actually already took damage, but it's on half health. Alistair 40 are spend a bunch of ammunition for their eggless. Oh, Challenger 2 is now moving in. Iltis is forced to relocate. So that's, once again, that means whatchamacallit. Zarto is capped Foxshot, so it's at 0-0 again. This Moderna is still there on low health. Oh, it's about to be engaged at close range by those Challenger ones. Let's see, it's fast. It's a fast tank, 70 kilometers an hour. So I'll be able to get out, but yeah, especially when you consider how slow Challenger ones are. And they have the range. Oh, and it goes down. Oh, and this Challenger 2 is moving in. Oh, takes a hit from that one. Looks like Razzmann's gonna stand and fight. Leaves now going 2 HP. Oh, it lost line of sight. And a Seer 3rd is coming for the Challenger 2. Oh, but it lost line of sight too, and he's evacing it. And now Razzmann's just right. Oh, there's another Challenger 2 there as well. Oh, Moderna's putting some fire into the Charlie ones there. But looks like the Challenger 2s are just going to keep their advance going. Oh, did the Speciale get the Iltis there? Because I think it actually did go down at one point because it moved here. I think it got blowed up. Whatever. Oh, Challenger 2 is engaging Moderna. Oh, but Seer 30 is out. Oh, the Challenger 2 does get the Moderna. I think the Seer 30 is going to finish this Challenger 2 off, though. Or, oh, did it lose line of sight? I think I lost line of sight. So that's just going to fly around now. Anyway, so the Führungs UAZ here is this. Oh no, I'm an idiot. Delta CP's over here. It's not there. I'm an idiot. So yeah, Raz was getting a +1 from counter-capping Foxtrot. I'm a genius. Don't mind me. And ooh, double kill. Side shots on both of the Challenger 1 Mark 1s. Yeah. And these Moshis are just getting shot at from a bunch of different directions. Bison's just fast moving down the road. That's funny. And it's probably gonna... Oh, and that's game. Looks like Zarto decided to surrender. Alright, so that means Razzmann's victorious. 448 conquest points to 36, with 3,420 kills to Zarto's 2,115. How do I want to characterize this deck? I don't know. I'd say both sides played fairly well. However, Razzmann, I think part of it is he did get the early point advantage. Also, I think he did a little bit better in his opening. It's kind of haphazard, though. He did lose a fair few dudes in Foxtrot at the beginning. But he also, I don't know if Zarto is going to try and do a more aggressive push in golf, if that's his original intention or what, but it's just, I don't know. Razzmann definitely, I think, had the upper hand in golf for the most part. Definitely got the... He stopped the push there. And then Razzmann also I think Razzmann just had more guys in, the middle part of the map as well. Just, especially with the fire support. He had the tanks everywhere. The Challenger 1 Mark 1s. He also did start with a super heavy, which gave him a bit of an advantage in a straight up fight, but on Hell in a very small place, it is very close in the map for the most part, so your super heavies very often are going to be vulnerable to in frontal engagements to less expensive tanks just because of AP scaling. And those M1 Wilks definitely put a lot of hurt onto Razzmann's infantry. What else? Then again, Razzmann's Centurion Aviaries did their job of emergency relocation of enemy infantry from the premises. I'd say they did that job fairly well, you know, wiping out half a squad, most of a squad in one shot. Which is always amusing, I find. Aside from that, I know, yeah, the Lynx AH7s really helped him out. And neither side had a lot of air defense, to be honest. Zarto near the end had a few Sopals. I think Razzmann is partially trying to rely more on his Eurofighter Typhoon, which is it's pretty good. It's a fun plane. I myself am not hugely fond of relying on you know, your super ASFs in 1v1s, just because, you know, either you get two, you know, rookie planes, which are useless, or you get one elite plane, which is good, you know. You know, that elite plane, it's... Oh, that thing kicks ass. It kicks major ass, but... It's also one per card, so if you lose it, you're kind of shit out of luck when it comes to ASFs, unless you have 2 cards ASF, which is always a... That's a definitely viable option, depending on what you're doing. Aside from that... not a whole lot to say. Yeah, the Vickers Mark 11s did good work. The TH front FIs did good work. As a PC, no, Razzmann made good use of his fire support options that he had. And then even Zarto, you know, Zarto did a good job too with his fire support for the most part. It's just, I don't know, I think part of it is Razzmann is also using a lot of Commandos 90, which are very good infantry for their, you know, very price efficient. No. No, they don't pay the Carl Gustav M3 tax, so you know they're 20 points, 20-point shock. You know, they only have the Carl Gustav M2, and that's, you know, if you're shock infantry with Carl Gustav M2, you know, you're 20 points. You're not 25. You're 20. So this one, that is, yeah. Commandos 90 are always fun. Aside from that, anyway, and aside from that are my favorite phrases. Or words. Things to say. Doesn't matter. I'm rambling. Yeah, that's... For the most part, that's really just to sum up the battle. Just very good close in fight, and I find that Commonwealth does tend to do fairly well in close in fights. You know, just because they do have a fairly solid infantry game. Definitely one of the things they do better than most others. I think Eastern Bloc also has a good infantry game. But part of where Eastern Bloc's infantry game comes from is, you know, the 15-point well shoots in, but those guys, you know, they definitely lose a lot of effectivity against 2 armor vehicles because they just can't one-shot them. So, and Razzmann was using a lot of 2+ armor vehicles, you know, Bisons and Lazav PCs, those are 2 armor. Tage 495, that's 4 armor. Centurion Avery is 12. And yeah. I think the big thing is that Zartov probably should have had more, maybe a little bit more air defense, because he got wrecked by those Lynx AH7s. Then the Centurion 1 Mark 1s also did a lot of work too. But yeah. This map is always, on a very small place, is just very odd because you have the 2 side 1-pointers, and normally those are both fought over on most maps when you have... Because the map itself, you know, the conquest points, you know, are fairly symmetrical, but just due to how the map is laid out, you know, most of the fighting is in Gulf and Foxtrot. There generally isn't very much fighting in Bravo, just because of the layout on the map. You know, one side gets fairly direct road access, the other side has to go through a forest. It just makes it kind of awkward, I find. Not to say that, you know, this one side of the map is completely better than the other. It's just one of the things you have to consider on the map. And that's one of the reasons why, you know, there's usually some fighting in Bravo, but I was actually surprised that there's none in this map, in this battle. No fighting in Bravo on this map in this battle. That is not really that same is not very particularly coherent. I'm not particularly coherent either. I'm just going to call it here before I ramble on forever and just, you know, pad out the length of the video beyond anything that's necessary or reasonable. I'm Xander Chiron, and this was game 27, I think. I lost count of which video I'm on, or which game I'm on. There we go. Game 27 of the first Reddit Open tournament. You guys have a lovely day.